Hi, James. Michael Horkin here. Good to see you. You must be delighted with the way the last 2 weeks have gone. 2 bonus point wins in a really good position. That gives everybody even more confidence. But a big test coming up against Munster in a couple of days' time.
Mr. Corcoran, how's things? It's been a great few weeks. To be honest, it's been a great start to the year. We've put together a few good results, but we're definitely leaving ourselves a few things to work on. With last week, we were definitely given a bit of trouble in certain areas, and we try to get ourselves patched up this week, heading down for a really tough game with Munster after a serious away win to Clermont.
When you look at the matches in the past that you played against Munster, there's normally 26,500 friendly home fans waiting for you when you go down there. There's nobody there on this occasion, but it really shouldn't make any difference, should it? Because I know both teams will go at this hammering tongues at each other.
It'll make a bit of a difference in the general atmosphere. The edge will still be there in the game between the players, but I think the general feel like it's a special game playing in Thomond at Christmas time. I think I can speak for every single player that rugby or sport in general without the supporters just isn't quite the same. But we're still out there competing and doing our best and putting on show for people at home. But I'll be as much of a fortress it is. It's still nice to play in front of supporters.
Don Swift here. So many teams in the Heineken Cup are winning away. I don't know if you saw Celtic win the cup, but they reckon it went down to the bar because they don't have the usual crowds there. Do you think that the lack of crowds is equalising away games?
I'd say it comes down to whoever you're talking there, because it's not really tangible, but it definitely. I can only speak for myself when I know that it's like being in a nightclub with no music. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, but it's completely different. Like it's just not the same feeling out there. But we're all out there doing our best and still competing, and we're still knocking lumps out of each other. But it's just not the same atmosphere, really.
But would it have been a lot different if there was the normal French crowd there?
I can't. As I said, it's not tangible. It's hard to say, but I think it's more of an event for everyone in every sport when there's people there. But it doesn't change anything we do. It's still a game of rugby. There's still 15 lads against 15 lads on the field who are really desperate to win. So that part doesn't change. But I think it makes it an occasion, doesn't it? When any sporting event, when you have like roaring supporters there.
So the focus and the intensity of the focus is the same either way, is what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think it's even more down to the players to give each other that energy, through big moments and things like that. And but probably more importance on the momentum of games, because you don't have that the external bit of noise or anything like that. So you have to try create your own bit of energy. But that's probably the only tangible thing that I could say that you would notice about the supporters not being there.
Hi Jim, Gary Corey, Dublin City FM. Were you surprised at the physicality that Harlequins brought to the game? And, if you were going by what their coach said before the match, they weren't concentrating on the European Cup this year. So they brought a certain physicality and were in the game well into it.
You think you mean Northampton? In fairness, they're every time we've played them, they've been unbelievably physical, and I think, to be honest, they're probably on an unlucky run of form rather than a bad luck of form. Like, they're not losing games by much, and they have a lot of really, really good top end players. Genuinely, we weren't underestimating how tough it was going to be. It was just as tough as we expected. and like I expect them to click at some point and hit a really good vein of form, because like they have a lot of really good players and they play good stuff.
I mean, it must be great going down to Munster this weekend in terms of a contest, because Munster are on a very good run of form. I think they've won all their games. Same as yourself, they maybe aren't getting as many bonus points. Do you think it'll be a collision of two teams wanting to win this one?
Yeah, definitely, Jerry. I think like you want to be playing in the biggest and the hardest games. And I think like Munster and Thomond is like right up there in one of the toughest places you can go to, and I think that makes it's so exciting for everyone involved and such a challenge. So we put that extra bit of focus in and doing everything we can to set ourselves up right for the weekend.
So the importance of keeping winning momentum over Christmas period, and it being a chance to impress the coaches out of the European games in the New Year. How important is that?
Yeah, so it's hugely important. So in general, the start of the season has been good, but it doesn't mean much if you lose all your momentum heading into the new year with the Interpros. So I think like we put a huge focus on making sure that when guys come out, because the team tends to change quite a lot through this period, and that creates a challenge in itself. So putting in the extra hours off the pitch and making sure that we're working on the combinations so that you get a chance and you put your hand up for selection when the big games post this tough period come around. But yeah, it's huge importance, and the Interpros haven't lost their edge. I remember there was chat about that years ago, and to be honest, I've played in the majority of them, and they certainly have not lost their edge.